to review the proposal for Robbins House Interpretive Center of Mr. Matt Sanders. Tell us about your proposal and why we should support it.
So I'll be doing a timeline for a program called Prezi, which is it's a very cheap program. All you really need to do is make a QR code and set it up somewhere in the house. The only problem is you'd have to make it distinctive to the QR scavenger hunt if we do end up doing that. But it's a great way to do this because the program is tangible. You can move it around. It doesn't do it by itself, so you would remember it more. And yeah, the only thing you need is Wi-Fi, which is fine because other groups would need Wi-Fi as well. But it's a great inexpensive way to do it, and as I said, it's tangible. People will remember it, and
How does it tell the story of how people lived in this house?
well,
A bunch of dates.
it'll be based on either one person or many people, and what they were involved in, what they caused, what was going around, what was going on during their time.
Could you create it? Could you create it with the big five again? Each one having their own separate timeline.
Yeah, I probably would. Nice.
What about a physical timeline around the house in some way?
You mean like
I mean, as you move around the house in that space, can you move through time?
I should just go by that.
Well, as you go through the house and through the experience, can we use technology to be telling different stories of different time periods in the house as you physically move from space to space using Prezi and Timeline?
I think so. Yes.
Have you looked at the program Timeliner?
I've never heard of it before.
We have that program here. You asked Mr. Garrison for it. You can take a look at it. It's basically a interactive timeline.
Okay.
Questions? Budget. Again, budget?
Really just the QR codes. That's all you need.
It's not. And how much is that budget though?
I'm not sure how much does it take.
Nothing.
Okay.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Yeah. How many and how would you determine the dates for your timeline, and like how much description would you have about each date?
You'd probably have a significant date and then a short story saying who was involved in it and why we're listing it in this timeline.
Okay. Maybe different color codes for different people's
Yeah,
lives.
really.
Maybe you could find a way to mesh them all together also if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Obviously, Caesar Robbins' life span is a very interesting story, but it predates the house.
Yeah.
The house itself has its own story. And it has its own timeline. We've seen that timeline. But that's not a very particularly interesting story.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good job. Hey,